The remote.
That was
That's
a perfect thing to
important.
hear as we went live.
Yeah, we're live and already having bloopers. This
That's
is
appropriate.
the latest episode of Patching at 3 a.m. Today we're joined by Marc Laidlaw.
3.
Say hello.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, it's 3 a.m. somewhere, you know. Marc is gonna perform for us first, and then we're gonna go into an interview after that.
Okay, for certain definitions of perform. And I'm going to leave my mic on.
Yeah, and I'm gonna make sure that that background noise is not in your ears.
My feed. Okay.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and spin the mic or the camera around so that you can see Marc.
And I can read the text. Hey, George. Thank you for going first on this. Now I'm following in your footsteps. I thought I'd leave the mic on just because that, for all I know, my rambling patter might be as interesting as the music. I hope not. I'm still hearing myself, but... Oh, is that on my phone? Okay, thanks. All right. So I have an Ableton Move and a StrikeFit string synthesizer, and I'm looking at the camera as if that's showing my face. So I'm just going to kind of explore patches I have on the Move and play around with the string synth, just kind of explore and discover what's there. And at some point I'll get out of the set patches and start kind of making stuff up. But I'm going to start with a few things I already have in here, and then this is kind of what I would be doing if I were alone, I guess. All right.
back. All right.
Okay. I will check. I will glance at the text every now and then, but mainly I'll let you cue me.
Yeah, no, it's all good. It's all good. So, Marc.
Justin, hey.
What's the story behind your artist name?
Thanks for inviting me. Yeah. The story is I don't want to confuse everyone more than I'm already confused myself.
Right.
I noticed that everybody has 3 names. They've got their performer name, their human name, their Discord name, so at least 3 names.
Yeah.
So I just thought I would keep it simple and just use my name.
No, that's great. I appreciate that because it is very difficult to remember all of those different things, and I try. I try.
I was gonna go with UV Lamprey. That was gonna be my electronic music name.
Yeah.
And then just before I did my first release, I'm like, what am I doing? I'm going to start from zero again with a new name. Like, I've started from zero so many times. I decided not to deliberately shoot myself in the foot this time.
Yeah.
So I just use that for my label name now.
Yeah, I can understand that. No, that's cool. So I was hearing about the process that you kind of went through to make your last release, Dark Carnival, which people can find on his Dank Carnival.
Dank Carnival.
I'm sorry, Dank
it's all right.
Carnival.
I get it wrong all the time myself.
Which you can find on his Bandcamp page, which there's a link in the description of this video.
And I kept it very simple. It's just Marc Laidlaw. .bandcamp. So.
Yeah. So I understand you went to France.
Yes. Not for that.
Not for that.
I went to France at the end of July and into August to a music camp workshop that is run by camp.fr. It's a British charity that runs online and in-person music courses. And the location ones are in the Pyrenees in France. So I had like 5-day workshop and then stayed for an extra week there. And our teacher was actress, and it was Darren Cunningham. It was amazing. There was like 14 of us plus the staff, and about half of us were there for the first week, took the class, worked incredibly hard and fun, challenging music exercises that we did. And then the second half we just melted into a pool and kept making music, but also had a little time to wander around the town. And
that's cool.
It was
that
my first
like
time in France. It was amazing.
An amazing experience.
In fact, I just signed up for next year again because I'm creature of habit.
Like, that's cool.
I've never been there before, but go back twice. It's awesome.
Awesome. So I really like your approach to sound. You seem to kind of pull things that inspire you and just kind of take them where they will. I also noticed that you use a lot of kind of playful sounds that kind of become demented.
That was actually why I went with Dank Carnival for this last album, because there is a part of me, when I first started doing electronic music, I just naturally gravitated toward this thing that just sounded like demented carnival music.
Yeah, sure.
It wasn't intentional. It's just I kept showing it to people, giving it to people that I knew whose musical opinion I respected, and they always said, "Oh, this sounds like crazy carnival music," and I'd be like, "Oh, not again." But after a while,
right?
So for Dank Carnival, I decided I think I'm going to lean into it and just get it out of my system.
Yeah.
But as you could hear today, I didn't actually get out of my system.
Yeah.
I just like to find if I hear something I like, I just like to explore it and dig down into that. Sure. And that was what I tried to do the last piece I just played. Everything else there was kind of based on existing patches, but that last one that's kind of what happens when I just start playing around.
Sure. I'm sure. Yeah, you're obviously using the Ableton Move, and can you tell us a little bit about your approach with it?
Well, that's been my main thing I got it when I knew I was going to go to France, and I wanted to bring an instrument, a piece of electronic gear. I didn't want to bring a lot of luggage, so that was a thing that they had just come out with it, and like, oh, this will fit in my backpack. It's like less than half the size of a push, and it's probably the smallest, like most compact piece of electronic stuff that I own. So I decided that my challenge would be to see what I could do with just that.
Yeah.
Like when I went to the camp, I didn't even bring a laptop. So, and for a long time, I have not used a laptop with the Move at all. It's just pretty much everything is live. I would record it as audio, play it in performance. And I kind of wanted to get to know it as a performance tool.
Yeah.
And see if I, like, it has EQ, it has all the things you would want to sound pretty good. And then you can easily import everything into Ableton and finish it off. And I've done that really for the things that I've released with it.
Yeah.
But I got quite a few months before I actually even, pulled it up in the DAW and started messing around with it. And they keep updating it. I'm not trying to work for Ableton. I have lots of friends who do. I love their stuff.
We're Bitwig crew here, though.
Yeah,
so
I know. Sorry. Them's fighting words.
Right.
I have a Bitwig thing and I haven't installed it yet, but thank you.
No. It really.
I just started with
everybody
that.
uses what they feel comfortable with, and
I started.
That's real cool.
Yeah, I took a Berkeley online course in 2020 that was Ableton fundamentals.
Sure.
Just kind of started there.
Yeah.
And in fact, made online friends who are now friends in person and all kinds of stuff.
I actually, when I worked at M Audio, I did some clinics at SAE for Ableton Live because we did tech support for Ableton at the time, and so like I learned it and did stuff.
Yeah.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about me. Who cares?
We're not here to talk about DAWs.
Just at 3 a.m. DAWs and all that stuff. Anyway, I wanted to bring up, you have a song called Ghost Car. And the little image on it looks a lot like the cover for the Cars eponymous album.
Indeed.
And you had no way of knowing this, but Deborah is actually in a Cars cover band.
Oh, wow. And I have a Cars cover. Yeah, I had this song. It was just a crazy idea, like, because I had the song and I had the title and it was going to come out around Halloween. And I had my photographer friend, Mimi Raver. We had this idea of let's try to recreate this Cars cover, but like a spooky version.
Yeah.
So, I put on a good fright wig and did my nails and black lipstick.
Yeah.
And then last year was my year. I put out all these singles. Like I just started releasing 20 songs last year as singles.
It's a good way to get exposure is to just keep releasing stuff.
It was just to get familiar with that whole system.
Process. Yeah.
And then I did so my novelty songs were seasonal novelty songs.
Yeah.
So I had Ghost Car for Halloween, and then I did Too Much X on Xmas Eve was for Christmas. And that was coming up because I knew I was going to put that out right after Ghost Car, and I had just done this shoot with Mimi. I was like, we could do like a Christmas version of this, and I couldn't think of how to do it, but then Mimi was like, why don't you use a wreath as a steering wheel? I'm like, that's it. So then we had to do that. I got the cheapest Santa Claus outfit on Amazon. But I recommend if anyone's going to dress up as Santa Claus, invest a little in a good Santa Claus rental.
Santa suit,
Mine was so terrible. It's like I could barely make the beard look like a beard. You know what I mean? But it was fun. We did that cover, and they kind of go together. But otherwise, it's completely arbitrary.
I love that you have fun.
Oh, yeah.
With your music. I mean, that is, that's the whole ball game, if you know what I mean, is just, having fun with what you're doing. And I'm glad that you could come and have fun with us. And
it's just been a great way to meet people and get out of the house and stay, a new creative activity.
Yeah, and I'm really grateful to LA Synth Club that I got to meet folks like you and like George Carr and the big shout out to Lenny who put together LA Synth Club and allowed me to meet all of these weirdos and synth nerds and
we have so many. Let's do an LA Synth Club plug, but also SoCal Synth Society, like all the stuff we do overlapping with those people. It's just a great fun community, lots of events.
Absolutely.
Every month now there's we're multiplying events for between the different clubs and
yeah, we've got our open mic night that's on the fourth Thursday of every month in Burbank at the Lincoln Beer Company. We have our Common Space monthly get together on the first Monday of every month, and
there's now a group show on I think the third Sundays.
Yeah.
At Old Town Pub.
Yeah, the Old Town Pub show, which Marc is going to be playing
I'll be playing at the next one.
At the next one, yeah.
I'm not going to play. I'm going to delete all this today after this session. Tonight I'll start preparing for next Sunday. That was my plan.
That's cool. I mean, spontaneity. You know, that's a lot of fun.
And it's spooky season again. So
yeah. Oh.
There's a spooktaneity thing in there somewhere.
Spooktaneity. All right, I think that
Thank you,
we're going to wrap it up on spooktaneity.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I'm glad you had fun. And see you guys for the next episode in 2 weeks. We're going to be talking about feedback. All right.
Feedback. All right.
Click end.